प्रोफेसर ललन सर।
तो धन्यवाद सभी लोगों को दिख रहे हैं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप लोग को।
प्रोफेसर ललन सर, सर प्रणाम सर।
खुश रहिए, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है।
दीपावली की आपको शुभकामनाएं सर।
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
दीपावली की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
थैंक यू, आप सभी को भी ढेर सारी बधाइयाँ।
आज कॉलेज सेवा के फिजिक्स विभाग में सात गुरु की नेशनल सेवा जो हमारे स्पीकर उनका जो संक्षेप में हम परिचय कराना चाहेंगे। हमारे फर्स्ट स्पीकर जो हैं डॉक्टर डायरेक्टर हायर एजुकेशन हल्द्वानी उत्तराखंड से हैं आप। और निश्चित रूप से आपका जो लेक्चर होगा आज, जैसा कि हमने टॉपिक रखा हुआ है रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी टूल्स एंड टेक्निक्स। इस टॉपिक का रखने का उद्देश्य सिर्फ एक था, जो नवीन हमारे शोधार्थी होते हैं उनको अपना नवीन शोध कार्य करने के लिए शुरू में दिक्कतें महसूस होती हैं और वो काफी कठिनाइयों का सामना करते हैं। एक ऐसी थीम थी, सोचा गया कि जो हमारे एक्सपर्ट हैं, जो अपने इस फील्ड के बहुत ही पारंगत हैं, उनसे हमने विनम्र निवेदन किया। जैसे हमारे प्रोफेसर ललन प्रसाद सर हैं, हमारा निवेदन आग्रह को स्वीकार किया। मैं आपका बहुत आभारी हूँ और आशा करता हूँ कि आपके जो लेक्चर होंगे वो हमारे जो नवीन शोधार्थी हैं उनके लिए बहुत ही यूजफुल होगा। तो मैं सभी पार्टिसिपेंट से मैं आग्रह करता हूँ कि जल्द से जल्द अपना पार्टिसिपेट करें और अपने महत्वपूर्ण सेशन का लाभ उठाएं। मैं अब ऑनरेबल प्रोफेसर ललन प्रसाद सर को इनवाइट करना चाहूंगा टॉक के लिए कि आप आए और अपना टॉक।
थैंक यू सर। Just I would like to show the
जी सर, कंटिन्यू सर।
okay. ये डाउन किए हैं, ये खोलेंगे नहीं इसको। अच्छा अभी म्यूट हो गया है क्या? ठीक है, सही है ना? Okay, are you seeing the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I am clearly audible. Clearly audible or not?
Yes sir, clear sir.
Okay. So first of all, I thanks to the pattern and principal Professor P.K. Srivastava of Government PG College, Rewa, and convener Dr. Kamlesh Singh ji, organizing secretary Dr. Yash Kumar Singh ji of Government Model Science College, Rewa. They organized 1 week national level e-workshop on research methodology, tools and technology. And I also thanks to the earlier speakers, Professor Rajmal Jain, Professor A.P. Mishra, Professor Manohar Lal, Professor Ashok Kumar Gawalji and others. I also thanks to co-convener Dr. Ganesh Prasad Agarwal, Dr. D. Sharma. So let us start our talk. and I would like to share our views among you. So first of all, I would like to explain what is research. Means re means again, and search means explore. So under research, you try to explore much and more thing in the given directions. So in modern era, qualitative research is more and more important. With the help of it, you can recognize your college, yourself, your institution, your university, your states, as well as our nation on the international level. According to some educationists, given the very fundamental definition of the research, for example, John W. West, research is considered to be more formal, systematic, intensive process of it involves a more systematic structure of investigation, usually resulting in similarly another educationist P.N. Cook given the definition of research is an honest, exhaustive, intelligent searching for facts and their meanings on implication with reference to a given authentic in respect of system and society. Now, classification of research mainly classified into three categories: fundamental research. Under this section, it can be sub-classified as experimental research. Experimental research which can provide the primary data and you should implement in your research work. Next is the historical or theoretical research. This is also very important for system and society. And philosophical research, it can be existing on the hypothetical myths and other things. Now, second type is applied research. So, applied research is the very important in respect of day-to-day life, for industries, for government sections, extra, and action research is a very short time research. For example, recently you noticed in the news channel, Shah Rukh Khan's son's investigations was under the action research. And action research for a very short time, and you can investigate and re-investigate of the things to get the what is the fact and truth of related problems. Level of research means data collection, and you said you try to validate the data whether externally and externally it is true or not. It is not necessary that all data should be perfect, and so testing of data is very essential, otherwise you can get a bad result or enhanced result in respect of your proposed work. So steps of research. So this is the first step according to my point of view, qualities of research scholar. This is the very important. Research scholar must have curiosity. So those students having not curiosity, it is very difficult to do the quality research, because curiosity is the primary goal of the research. So it must be in the research scholar and independent thinking. They have capability of independent thinking about the research topic, research findings, literature, and other things. So independent thinking is the very important part of the research scholar, and powerful imagination related to the problem in their mind of the researchers. Imagination is the very important. So which kind of imagination? Powerful imagination means without imagination a quality work is not yet possible. Knowledge ability, it means that research scholar must have suitable qualification or essential qualifications as per the norms of University Grant Commission as well as individual institutions. So, qualifications or knowledge ability is now perseverance or patience is not time admission in BSc and MSc, and after the completion of the year, your result will be either fail or pass. But research is a continuous process. So research scholar must have perseverance or patience among in. So without patience, quality research is not possible. And principle of of and think which problem is of their liking, where is its source, how to collect data, where is the field, which kind of experiment to be implemented related to the problem, either they exist or not, it is cost effective or not. So many things are related to the principles of selecting problems. Then they outline the synopsis is the very important part after these characteristics of research scholars. So if these characteristics in the researchers are available, definitely they can do better result in the field of quality research. Ideal synopsis is a very important. Researchers having no idea how to prepare their synopsis. So first of all, synopsis having suitable topic or very precise which reflect the proposed problems. So topic is the very essential part of the synopsis. On the basis of this, their dissertation out in future. Introduction about the proposed work. So the proposed work to be introduced next in the ideal synopsis, and introduction is based on which kind of work and related to and up to be completed of this in this field, and students to be and the workers and they to their proposed work and they find out what are the real problems. So present state of knowledge in present proposed work. And what is the present state of knowledge in proposed work? After going through the various literature, a student can have their understanding might to present state of knowledge and then they can write the proposed work. Origin of proposal. They try to find what are the origin of their proposed work. Syllabus, synopsis. So what is the origin of the problem? Researchers try to search a synopsis. Motivation and a gap in present work. This is the very important. If researcher can found the research gap, then 50% according to my understanding it is based. And the researcher can get their motivation from senior and past research papers, literatures, reviews, and they can get motivation from their supervisor also and try to search the research gap. And if they found the research gap, up to which extent, and I would like to further try to complete, and then they propose that what kind of work will be going on fulfill such type of research gap to get a better research. Objective of proposal. What are the objective of proposed work? Clearly mention objective. Without knowing the research gap, it is very difficult to come to the objective of proposal. If the researcher completed this objective, then is applicable to complete the proposed work or aim of their objective. The very important. So in their different fields, in physics, chemistry, zoology, botany, history, geography, in all the subjects, methodology to be different and it depending on the nature of the chosen problems. Then they perform the tentative chapter plan. What will be the so they can describe tentative chapter plan, how many chapters are there, chapter first, which kind of things to be included, chapter second, chapter third, chapter fourth, and so on. And in the last, they can explain references or bibliography. So this is the shape of ideal synopsis. If I welcome you all. This is the ideal synopsis. So I hope everyone, new research scholar, right after finishing their coursework and examination, pre-PhD examinations, they are going to prepare their ideal synopsis. So ideal synopsis consists of these factors. Now methods of research.
you know, survey method. Survey method means you visit the problem, you visit the place, you visit their sites, and creating by interview, by performing, by photographs, things they can use some data as a primary source. They can compare that primary data with the secondary data already available in respective fields. And survey method is also a very important method. Now next is historical or theoretical method. As you the historical places or collect the data, photographs, interviews, and archival resources. And in also theoretical method, this can be, and experimental method is the very mental method. This method can provide you some observations or readings from the experiment and work as the primary data on their true or always final. So it can be tested by the earlier work. So section of problem you should decide. Exploration of related matter. So the matter to be explored uh, in respect of the problems, then you can study in detail. Definitely you will get real things related to your problem. Then you feel very happy if you can get something new of your proposed work. So you are going in a right direction, developing design and experiment. For example, if in your life some experiment is here for, but you want to measure something new, some additional extra in some experiment, therefore this topic is developing design experiment. So experiment must be designed according to in and then perform their work in a data collection. Some theoretical work is based on the data collection also. So in experiment, you can take the observations and your observation interpretation or analysis is a very important. Observations or reading of the research work, but its analysis and interpretation analyze the observed data secondary data work. Whether it is right or wrong, you can decide. If your result is absurd, absurd result cannot be included for the best research paper. So you always try to evaluate your interpretation of the data. Now, past first work, I should conclude that your analysis and then the results. Are very satisfied from your result, then even hard work is very much essential. Hard work and honest work is very much essential in. So the types of research method is qualitative research method and quantitative. Nowadays, in everywhere, quality should be demanded. But due to very high population, quantitative is also demanded. So both qualitative research method is the very much important. So prepare some questionnaires to collect the results of the questionnaires from various peoples, various industries, various scientific institutions, universities, and other things. And you can analyze what the peoples want, what the maximum peoples wants. So interview method, qualitative research, discussion groups, organization, survey is also important for the quality research. Whereas a quantitative research method, quantitative survey, for example, if you want in social science or in history or in geography, you are not going to minute observation, but you are going to take observation on bulk. So quantitative survey is very much important. Second is very much important for quantitative research, and you can apply it to analysis. So for analysis, you can apply SPS software and also provide various types of that. Now, qualitative research is interdisciplinary. Qualitative research is many things at the same time. So under the qualitative research, you can think multi-directional views for their betterment of quality research. So therefore, qualitative research is being in all the directions about the quality research. It is multi-paradigmatic in focus. Every better quality research. Its party are approach. They are trying to improve. Always they are trying to improve. They can get a better and better. They are committed to the naturalistic the intellectual and political positions. It means that in all the respects you try to uh, do the quality research. Quality research involves finding people and how they feel. This is the very important qualitative research, what people think about your work, how they feel, how they analyze at any rate, they say, they think, and it involves us. Number is not very important. So numbers are important in quantitative research. Here I am talking about the public feelings, their response, all of them responding in a very right way. It means that your research is really marvelous. So you try to do quality research in the respective sense. Qualitative research is multi-method in focus, involving an interpretative, naturalistic approach to its things, people and their thoughts in their natural setting, attempting to make sense of in terms. So it means in terms of public or in say scientists, teachers, students, what are their liking? If much liking, it means that your research should be perfect. So qualitative research involves the study, use and collection of a variety of empirical materials. Case study, experience, introspective story, interview, observational, historical, international, and visual text that describe routine and problematic moments and meaning in individual lives. The very important, deploy a wide range of interconnected method. So deploy a wide range of interconnected method. This is very much important to improve much improve their quality. Hoping always to get a better fix on the subject matter at hand. The modernistic in 1970 onward, ethnographer and sociological participant observers attempted rigorous qualitative studies of important social processes, including social control in the classroom and society. Researchers were drawn to qualitative research because it allows them to give a voice to society under the procedure quality response of this limit will cause quality not be maintained. So marketing successes and failures are based on small differences in the marketing mixture. Qualitative research does not distinguish these differences as well as qualitative research can. Not representing, not representative of population that is of interest to the researcher, the multitude of individuals who, without forming training, profess to be expert in the field. So expert to be in the field is decided whether the carried out work is of the kind. So qualitative research as a process develop the theory or understand the theory of proposed work and enhance the method related to such a theory and method to be analyzed. So theory, method and analysis, all three are interconnected to define the qualitative research process. So without anyone, qualitative research process is not fulfilled. So theory is very much essential, what method to be employed and the method, which kind of things are provided. It means that analysis and interpretation part is the very much essential. Now, qualitative data collection techniques. So under the quality research, how to collect the data. So data must be collected in a depth of perfect intervening focus groups. Data collection in the focus group, participant observations, what the participants' observations are, and ethnographic study is very much important to improve the quality of the qualitative research and qualitative data. Projective technique is also very much important for the qualitative data. Now, analysis, qualitative data and approach. So there, if suppose that there are much data are available on your side, but all data are not responsible for your work. So first of all, you should categorize by by taking some suitable limit of the data. Then after categorization, you try to start your work utilizing data. So those data which can be utilized in your proposed work, you can evaluate which data are true or not. And true, if there is any error, then you try to find out some another data. Because from a very raw data, it is not essential that result must be perfect. So recognizing a relationship and developing the categories you are using to facilitate this problem. So developing and testing hypothesis to reach the conclusion. So in the synopsis, according to synopsis, you try to develop and testing of the hypothesis, and then finally you try to reach the conclusion. Interactive nature of the qualitative process. Data collection, data analysis and development and verification of relationship and conclusion are all interrelated. This is a very important data collection, data analysis. Without data collection, data analysis is not yet possible, and the development and verification, without these two things not possible. So all of these are interconnected, and this is the very important for your work. So allow researchers to recognize important themes. Researchers must be allowed to recognize what are the important themes, patterns, and relationships as you collected data. So in the data, you try to find out what are their importance. Is there any relationship of the collected data? or any pattern, repetition pattern, equality pattern, or greatness pattern, ascending order pattern, descending order pattern, many kind of things. If you can look carefully the available data, you can get some certain patterns. So it is also very much, researchers must be cautious about it. Allow you to recategorize existing data. So existing data must be recategorized according to your proposed work or related to your problem to see whether themes and patterns and relationship exist in the data already collected. And you will find that if recategorize it, definitely you will get some certain pattern. So researcher must do it in their future plan. Allow you to adjust your future data collection approach to see whether they exist in order in other cases. Researcher allows to adjust your future data collection approach to see whether they exist in other cases. They also tally their data or collections with the other cases, then they can feel encouragement for the further work. Now, research proposal flow chart. This is also very important. Research proposal flow chart, similar to partial synopsis part. So introduction or summary of proposal, literature review, find some holes or research gap. Always you try to find what are the next in the literature review. So this is also in another sense called find the hole. Look for debate. If yourself is feel difficult, then you can organize some debate among the researchers. Definitely you will get the research gap or some holes for their work. Methodology, selection and access, human subjects and review, ethics statements, cost and funding is the very much important for the methodology. Very much costly methodology. I'm not going to suggest for the researchers because cost is a very important factor in the research. Now, preliminary data is also very important. Categorization of the data is very much important. Estimate a statement of limitations, what your research will do. So under a statement of limitation, you should know what your research will do. Now research gap, little bit I would like to explain you what is the meaning of research gap. If you are going through the review literature, you always try to find out what is next. So what is next is, in the research methodology term, this is called research gap. After reviewing some literature or research paper, what is next and what to be the rest is the research gap. So it can be many things. Research gap in concept. According to your concept, something is leaving behind it. So you try to note it down. gap in perspectives. If their perspectives is not fulfilled according to your point of view, you try to write down. This is also a research gap. Gap in theory. If the paper cannot deals a better theory or better physics or better their subject, so this is also a research gap. So you try to develop a good quality of the theory. Gap in methodology. If appropriate methodology is not included in their work, so you try to also write down or note it down. So I am doing this work. So gap in methodology by implementing such methodology to get a better result. So after finding the research gap, it is not much certain that your work is definitely perfect. If the work is perfect, then what will be the for next and new research scholar? So think not to be perfect up to the mark. So again, some new research scholar next year or next of the next year will come and they are also try to find research gap in your work also. So some gap is always left. So your aim is to try to find out the research gap is the very important for the better understanding of the research. Now quantitative research, as I told you earlier, quantitative in a very massive part. So quantitative research is the process of collecting and analyzing numerical data. Very long data, numerical data, it can be used to find patterns, average patterns and averages of the available numerical data, make predictions, test causal, and find some relationships and generalize the result to a wider populations. So its result to be generalized. Quantitative research method for descriptive, correlational or experimental research. In descriptive research, simply seek on overall summary of study variables. In correlational research, investigate relationship between study variables. Variables is a very important because you are changing the value of variable, definitely you will get some variety of pattern or results you can implement. In experimental research, systematic cause and effect relationship between the variables. So you try to keep some certain variables giving their suitable range of numerical values and try to find out some graph or definite patterns and analyze these graph and patterns or include in their research paper. So correlational and experimental research can both be used to formally test hypotheses. So proposed hypothesis to be tested by correlational or correlational coefficients. You try to find out by statistical analysis or some other methods, correlation coefficient, and try to correlate these correlation coefficient with the earlier findings or correlate with the your proposed hypothesis. So experimental research can both be used to hypothesis predictions, you can make the predictions in future such type of things to be happening. So future will decide your work up to the mark or not. So using some statistics, various tools were available, and I hope earlier speakers always suggest you various type of statistical tools, SPSS and others. The results may be generalized to broader populations based on the sampling method used. Because I already told you, quantitative research having a very wide area, and it is not possible to take individual observations or recognition. So in this case, you apply sampling method. So first of all, you take a sample and analyze particular sample in a small quantity, and then you can say that in a wider range, some sample characteristics are to be everywhere. So this is the generalized rule for the sampling method. To collect quantitative data, often need to use operational definitions that translate abstract concept into observable and quantifiable measures. For example, self-rating or feelings and happiness and in their energy level. Quantitative research method, advantages of quantitative research. What are their advantages? It is a very used to standardize the data collection and generalize findings. Because its range is very much, so must be generalize your findings. Strengths of this approach included replication is the very important in quantitative research. Repeating the study is possible because of standardized data collection. Protocols and tangible definitions of abstract concept, that direct comparisons of results. So you can have a very direct comparison because quantitative research, various researchers are doing in this field, and you can compare your result with the others. So the study can be reproduced in other cultural setting, times, or with different groups of participants. Results can be compared statistically. So this is the comparison. By the comparison, you can gain in yourself a confidence. Yes, our result is the same data processed. A small sample may not be homogeneous. So for the foundation of homogeneous sample, large sample is very much essential to get some accurate data analyzed using reliable and consistent procedures through quantitative data analysis. Development method, hypothesis testing is also to increase the confidence among the researchers. Using formalized and established hypotheses, testing procedures means that you have to carefully consider and report your research variables. Predictions, data collection, and testing methods before coming to the conclusion. So this is the very important before declare the result or conclusion. Hypothesis testing is the very much essential to develop the confidence among the new researchers. Disadvantage of quantitative research. Despite the benefits of quantitative research, some disadvantage is also there. It is sometimes adequate in explaining complex research topics. Its limitations include superficiality. Quantitative research having a very wide range. So there is superficiality is the very important part. So let us say using precise and restrictive operational definitions may inadequately represent complex concept. For example, the concept of mood may be represented with just a number in quantitative research, but explained with elaboration in qualitative research. In quantitative research, just a number, but their phenomena in detail must include qualitative research. So this is the composition of quantitative as well as qualitative for a better achievement. Narrow focus, predetermined variables and measurement procedures can mean that you ignore some other relevant observations. So you always try to curious if other parameters can also affect our result. So if the such parameters affects your result, you try to include and try to find out newness in your result. Therefore, your result must be unique. Always your aim to provide newness. The things to must be new. Your result must be new for the better result. A structural bias despite standardized procedures. A structural bias because quantitative research is a very wide range, so biasing must be there. So a structural bias because its area is so large, so biasing must be interfere your result. So you must be curious about this biasing to minimize a structural bias by taking a large sample for your analysis can still affect quantitative research. Missing data, imprecise measurements, or inappropriate sampling. Sampling is inappropriate, your result will be good. So method are bias that can lead to the wrong conclusion or wrong result. So you must be aware that a structural biasing and these are their limitations. Inappropriate sampling always provide wrong conclusion or wrong data. So you must be careful. Lack of context. Quantitative research often uses unnatural setting like laboratories or fails to consider historical, cultural context that affect data collection and result. So these are the disadvantages of quantitative research. You must be careful to avoid such discrepancy in your further work. Thank you, and thank you, Yasji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Very nice lecture, sir.
If any question, I welcome you. Hello.
Any question?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
अगर कोई क्वेश्चन
Hello.
आते हैं तो
Any questions and doubts?
So it's clear.
So I would like to say that आधुनिक युग में अनुसंधान का विशेष महत्व है। इसलिए सभी जितने जुड़े हुए न्यू रिसर्चर्स हैं, सारे लिमिट को ध्यान में रखते हुए देख डेफिनेटली दे कैन डू बेटर इन द फ्यूचर। जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि आधुनिक युग में अनुसंधान का विशेष महत्व है। आधुनिक अनुसंधान किसी राष्ट्र की प्रगति पहचान चिन्ह है। अनुसंधान द्वारा ज्ञान वृद्धि के साथ साथ मानव विकास को अधिक महत्व प्रदान करता है। तो इस चीज को ध्यान रखना है और इतना केयरफुल, इतना पीसफुली अभी तक हमने वेबिनार देखे नहीं थे। आपको बधाई, बहुत ही शांति रहा, कोई डिस्टरबेंस थ्रू आउट 1 आवर नहीं रहा। तो यश जी बधाई के पात्र हैं। आपने लगता है
सर इतना बेहतरीन लेक्चर आता था में आपने लगभग बहुत सारी चीजों को इंक्लूडिंग किया।
हमने ट्राई किए थे, इसलिए आपसे पूछे थे कि किस तरह के पार्टिसिपेंट रहेंगे, तो ताकि सभी का जिज्ञासा होता है कि विद द वेबिनार वी कैन लर्न समथिंग। सो आई विल ट्राई टू कवर होल द थिंग्स, इवन व्हाट इज द क्वालिटी ऑफ रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट। यदि रिसर्च स्कॉलर के अंदर क्वालिटी नहीं होगा तो हाउ दे कैन परफॉर्म द फर्दर वर्क। और फिर बच्चों को सबसे बड़ी समस्या आती है कि हाउ टू प्रिपेयर देयर सिनॉप्सिस। So I model you in my lecture के what is the ideal synopsis according to UGC norms। तो उससे स्टूडेंट को काफी फायदा हुआ होगा, ऐसा मेरा मानना है। चलिए बहुत बहुत बधाई आप लोगों को, और बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
पार्टिसिपेंट्स जो हमारे रिसर्च स्कॉलर हैं, मैं
जी
बताना चाहता हूँ कि सर का जो प्रेजेंटेशन है ये YouTube लाइव भी हो रहा है और अपन इसको रिकॉर्डेड भी कर रहे हैं।
बिल्कुल बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत मदद मिलेगा इनको, क्योंकि देखिए रिसर्च स्कॉलर को मेन मोटिवेशन चाहिए। एवरीवन हैविंग देयर ओन माइंड and everyone having their thinking power. So if you can assign their directions, definitely they can do better in future. बहुत अच्छा लगा।
अब ऑन स्क्रीन हमारे दूसरे स्पीकर
जी
नेशनल ट्राइबल यूनिवर्सिटी से अमरकंटक से हमारे प्रोफेसर राजेश कुमार सिंह सर हैं। राजेश कुमार सर, आवाज आ रही है? हेलो। तो मैं अब अपने दूसरे जो हमारे स्पीकर हैं, मैं प्रोफेसर राजेश कुमार सर को इनवाइट करना चाहूँगा कि अब आप आके अपना जो प्रेजेंटेशन है हमारे शोधार्थियों के सामने प्रस्तुत हो, ताकि उनको अपने न्यू रिसर्च कार्य को करने में मदद मिल सके। मिस्टर राजेश कुमार सर, कम कंटिन्यू। आवाज आ रही सर? राजेश सर सुन पा रहे हैं? राजेश सर आपकी वॉइस
Sir, proper not audible, sir.
यस सर
Sir, not audible, sir. Please, sir.
राजेश सर आपकी वॉइस नहीं आ रही है, सुन पा रहे हैं? हेलो राजेश सर राजेश सर
Hello.
हाँ हाँ राजेश सर वॉइस नॉट क्लियर, सुन पा रहे हैं?
Hello.
आ रही है आवाज?
जी सर बोलिए. हेलो. हेलो.
हाँ आवाज आ रही?
हाँ सर. I am audible. Yes, sir. Hello. Yes, sir. हाँ. You are audible, sir. Okay. I am audible. Hello. Okay, okay. So I. हेलो. हाँ यस सर. अब आ रही है क्या? हेलो. Okay. Actually, here is network weak. I think not proper connectivity. हेलो. अब आ रही है सर? ओके 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 ओके. Okay. Now my screen is visible to everyone. Hello. 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 Now my screen visible to everyone.
हाँ बोलते हैं बीपीटी नहीं, बीपीटी आर नॉट शोइंग सर.
Okay okay. I will share. Okay okay.
Yes, sir.
Why am I actually? I will share some other. Now it is visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Sorry for disturbance because I am in my village. I home. So there here is the some network issue. Okay, no problem. So good afternoon to everyone. Congratulations to the organizing team for organizing this workshop, and thank you to the Professor London Prasad for delivering special lecture on quantitative and qualitative research. Today, I am very happy to share my view on different preparations method and characterization techniques for second six semiconductor nanostructures. This is my plan of talk. Sir, I am audible properly?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. So this is my plan of talk. Today I discuss one by one. So now focus on the introduction of nanomaterials. In the present scenario, the nanomaterial as well as and nanotechnology is the very prominent research area due to their specific property and as well various property in the various field. The nanomaterials is a very important due to their morphological property, optical property, and some uh, photonic properties. The range of nanomaterials is from 1 nanometer to 100 nanometers, and quantum dot range is 1 to 5 nanometers. The historical fact of the nanomaterial is started from 1661. The one chemist Robert Walsh was proposed teeny particles. It means small particle, very small particles. And furthermore, in 1857, Michael Faraday is identified nanoscale particle nature. So one by one, we developed the nanomaterial and we developed the many devices. It means nano devices and nano structures. And very in the nanomaterial in the very famous name is R.P. Feynman, who delivered a well-known talk. There is plenty of room at the bottom. In the journal, in the general body meeting of the American Physical Society on 19 December 1959. So after that, this nanomaterial is fastly growing, and so many researchers work on it. So now we focus on the some specific area. So in present scenario, the size of semiconductor are exhibited very important role in the nano world for the enhancement of the electrical and optoelectronics devices. because of size effect in nanostructures from bulk counterpart. So we had a bulk material, and we bulk material having the certain property, but we make the nanoparticle. Then nanoparticle material showing the better property with compared to bulk. So in the present, we focus on the nanoscale second six compound semiconductor, which having the band gap in the range of 1 to 5 electron volt. And this it means energy band gap is also vary from the volt to nano, right? And in this band gap, having the some example like CDS, TiO2, zinc sulfate, ZNO, etc., which have attracted to the scientific community and researcher because of their characteristic properties in the nano form. So we have the several second six compound elements such as zinc selenide, zinc oxide, zinc sulfide, zinc Z, NTE, cadmium, telluride, etc. But today we focus on the zinc oxide material because we already work on it, and we have characterized the more properties and also synthesis the zinc oxide nanoparticle with the doping. Okay, and this zinc oxide nanoparticle is the more widespread application in the nano generator, solar cell, photo detector, biosensor, electrical, optical, photonic, photo detector, imaging also, and CRT, etc. Okay, so now we focus on, we have the semiconductor material or semiconductor nanostructures with the doping and without doping. So what are the difference? Why we dope the transition material or rare earth material? So now we focus on the rare earth material because we have the bulk, it means zinc oxide nanostructures without doping. So they're showing the some property like structural property, morphological property, and some uh, optical phenomena as well. So here we have the lot of rare earth elements like uranium, Dy, Pr, C, Zd, etc. We have the 15 elements in the lanthanide series. We have the one group that is the lanthanide group, and we also adopt the some metals or transitions material, and also some rare earth elements are also very promising and potential candidate for doping in the second six compound semiconductor because of their large application in the luminescent and photo detector devices. So we have zinc oxide nanostructure. When we dope the rare earth material, property we can enhance metallic property, and we also enhance the some imaging property. So it means after doping we get the some more effective characteristic property of the zinc oxide nanostructures. So question is that why lanthanide element? Because rare earth element is also sometimes also known as lanthanide element. So why lanthanide elements are useful for optoelectronics and green light applications? So answer is very simple. Lanthanide element have one valence electron in the fifth cell of the last orbit. So which last electron is the loosely bounded with the nucleus, and loose bounded So then we apply the small amount of energy, then we can easily remove this last electron, and this last electron is the free to moving in the various energy levels. And after the excitation and de-excitation, we have the lot of emitted energy. Okay. So using the rare element as the doping in the zinc oxide, we can improve the properties such as the photocatalytic, morphological, surface defect, size, and luminescence, etc. Okay. So now we focus on the specific element, that is the zinc oxide. So this zinc oxide nanostructures became prepared by the very different methods, synthesis method. So here, the zinc oxide nanostructure is the large band gap semiconductor, which energy band gap is nearly 3.337 electron volt. After the it means nanostructures from the bulk, this energy band gap will be increased. Okay, due to the it means in quantum natures, because here is the some quantum size effect, and after that we get the some more prominent characteristic property, and we have the various uh, um, uh, uh, particle in the various dimensions, like 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimensions, 0 dimensions, quantum wires, quantum dot, etc. So many nanostructures we can obtain here. And this zinc oxide nanoparticle having the some existence energy is more nearly about 60 mega electron volt. Zinc oxide nanomaterial have the global research interest in the various applications. It means due to the various applications of the zinc oxide, there is a lot of work by the various research group. And after the doping, we can enhance the more property. We can enhance the luminescence property. We can enhance the photocatalytic property. So in the present, we have the three form of the zinc oxide in cubic rock salt, cubic zinc blende, and hexagonal boat ties structures. So you can see this picture. This is the hexagonal boat ties structures of zinc oxide, and we focus on here the basic property of zinc oxide. Zinc oxide having the some property, that is the electrical property, optical property, dielectric property also. So these are the some parameters. Reflective index is nearly 2, and existence binding energy is 3.41, and lattice parameters also. This is A and C here, and dielectric constant 3.7, crystal type, hexagonal boot ties. So this is the some basic property of the zinc oxide. Okay, so now we focus on the various types of synthesis method for the zinc oxide nanostructures, because method is very important. Some method is a very good method, some is the very costly method, and some method is the provide the some high quantum yield. It means we have the good result after the preparations. Okay, so the synthesis process is a way to preparations of the sample using the chemical approach, or it means physical and biological methods. We can use anyone. We can use anyone. So there are the two basic approaches for the synthesis of nanoparticles. So there is the two basic concept. First is the top-down method, that is the physical approach, and second is the bottom-up approach, bottom-up method, that is the chemical approach. So in we have the two process. So in the one process, top-down process. So it means we have the bulk material, and that material we can reduce their size by the various techniques, by the various method, and this this particle material is reduced up to the nanometer range. So you can see this picture. This is the size. We have the big size sample, and we can reduce the sample size. It means particle size. So it means we have the small size. This is the range of the nanometer. So that is the top down method. So in this method, we have the Sulzer method, hydrothermal method, and thermal deposition method, etc. And second is the bottom up method. So this is the reverse of the top down method. So it means in this process we have the we have the it means small amount, and we collect the all particle, and together we get the big size particles. It means we have the one thing is the big bulk material, then we can reduce it and we find the nanoparticle, and second things we have the small particles and we collect them and we get the big size particle. So this there is the two process. So you can see in this figure also. Okay, so we have the lot of synthesis method, like thermal deposition method, soldier method, soldier techniques, uh, hydrothermal process, co-precipitation method, solid state reactions method, sonochemical method. It means we also have the more method, but we discuss here the few methods for the synthesis of the nanostructures. Okay, so we focus on the thermal decomposition method. Sir, I am audible properly? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are.
Okay, okay, yes, sir. Okay, so now we focus on the thermal decomposition method. So this method is the we have the one sample. It means one sample, that is the form of the bulk, and we flame it. It means we break it, and after it we get the some small particles. So you can see this below picture also. A V is the like one bulk compound, and we flame it or we react it. After the reaction we get the A and B. It means a small size particle. So this thermal decomposition techniques is simple way to get solid or gaseous material after breakdown under the very high temperature, because we use the high temperature by the furnace, by the other sources also. And during the decompositions, material will be break up into the several substance due to the presence of it, right? So it means when the heat is entered inside the bulk material, and then after bond of the it means bond of the all material will be break up, and then we get the small size of particle. Who is here? Someone else is presenting. Who?
Rajesh, sir, your screen is not visible. Please share it again.
Okay, sir. Okay. Why, sir? Okay, okay.
I think
One minute.
someone.
Okay, okay. Some is the it means technical issue. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah, sir.
Here again, no problem. Okay. Uh, sorry. One minute. Okay, sir. Actually, okay, now it is processed. Hello, hello. Okay, sir. Actually, now it is processed. Okay. So now it is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visual.
Okay, sir. So now you can see here this chemical reactions. This is the chemical reaction. We have the bulk material. Then after the reaction, we have the some particles in small nature, in small nature size particles. So that is the thermal decomposition reactions expression. We can see here. Another method is the pulse laser deposition techniques. This is the very important techniques because this is the very famous for the synthesis of the nanomaterials. So PLD is the new kind of the technology which used for the depositions of materials using the laser beam and vacuum stem. So in this method, you can see this below figure. We have the this picture. In this picture, we have the one laser source that is the which is provide the laser beam with the high intensity, and this is the falling only this sample. You can see this is the sample target, and after the beam is entered inside the sample, and then after this particle, this sample will be heated, right? And after the high heat, absorbing of the high heat, this sample will be vaporized and it means reached on the top. You can see here this is the substrate top, and we have the one layer in form of the thin film, in form of the nano thin film, or maybe some depositions layers. So this layer is the very important. This layer we can use for the characterizations purpose. Okay. So this method is basically used for the preparations of the thin film of the material in small thickness range nearly about 1 nanometer to 1 micrometer. Uh, and so far, no any good method is available for deposition. But PLD, it means pulse laser depositions, is reliable method in deposition method of complex. It means preparations of the thin film with compared to others, because this is a very famous technique, and it is cost effective method because single laser beam can be operate in the more than one vacuum system. So this is the one drawback also, and these techniques can be produce high pure product in short time, one 5 to 15 minutes. Some other works we take the lot of time, maybe 2 days, 3 days, etc. But in this method, in the short time, we prepare the thin film. Okay, so another method is the hydrothermal process. This is also very important. The hydrothermal method is useful in the synthesis of material under the bottom up approach. Under the bottom up approach. And term hydrothermal is basically related to the origin of geology, which comes from the earth. It means geological concept, from the geological concept. In this method, chemical reactions has been occurred under the conditions of sol thermal or hydrothermal process. So you can see this flow chart. We have this flow chart. Flow chart showing the process of hydrothermal step by step. So we have the precursors and distilled water and stirring and also hydrothermal treatment, etc. So we can use the one by one, and later we have the result. Result. And this method are providing pure sample with the hydrothermal treatment. So after the hydrothermal treatment, the sample will be pure, and we can use for the further characterization. Okay, so another technique is soul gel techniques. So the soul gel techniques is processing method of preparations of solid and semiconductor material. It is also suitable for the liquid sample and work at low temperature range, nearly 150 to 60 degrees centigrade, and it is a bit chemical method. So here sol means the solvent. It means we use some liquid. We use some liquid nature material, and gel means the some aerogel. It means that is the nature of aerogel or maybe some other state. So for these soldier techniques, we have some steps. Okay, we have some steps. We can follow it, and we after the process, we have the result. So one by one, we can use. So first is the hydrolysis and condension. This is the first step. Another is the galation and aging of sample, then drying and frying, and finally for last step is uh, densification. So we can follow this all process, and finally we got the result. The pH value of the precursor, catalytic, and solvent are affected factors of the process of Solgel method. Currently, the Solgel method are used in the lot of area, like thermal electronics, nanoscience, biomedical, sensor, photonic, and photoelectronic, etc. This method is also able to produce high quality, thick and bad coating and homogeneous product, right? So it is we need the some high quality product, so we can use this method, and this method is also suitable for the preparations of the nanoparticle of various semiconductor or others particle also. Okay, so we focus on the solid state reactions method, and this method is the very famous. And this I use this method for the preparations of the zinc oxide with the doping of the rare earth elements. Okay, so this method is the well known and for the material synthesizations. Uh, we have the lot of synthesis method, but I use the solid state reactions method because this method is the simple and easy performance techniques to the synthesis of polycrystalline sample, as well as and semiconductor material also with and semiconductor material along with the some others elements also, along with the doping also, like transitions metal or rare earth elements. This method the synthesis of the textures and provide ratio of the some materials, and finally we got the some result. So how much we get the result, how much percent. So it means we can show this result, this ratio by the uh, reflections and emission by the emissions. And further, after the nanoparticle, this nanoparticle we can characterize by the XRD, same time, FTIR, UV visual, PCPL, etc. So many characteristic devices there to characterize of this sample for getting the desired parameters for the particular applications. So in this method, we use the few instrument. It means we have this simple process. So we can discuss in below. We can discuss below. So this method is suitable for the synthesis of nanoparticle, and many research group use this method. Okay. So in my work, we use this method, and we have prepared the undoped and GD doped, DY doped, PR doped, CE doped. Okay, it means we dope the various element, but we focus here the only one doping here, GD dope, and also DY. Okay, so it means this dysprosium and gadolinium doped zinc oxide nanoparticle prepared by the solid state reactions method. And in this process, we have the pure raw material from the sources, and also raw material, and we make the solutions by the mix up the both host material and doping material by the balance equations, chemical balance equations, and we use the different weight percent of the doped material. It means GDRDY also. So it means here in these preparations we use the white powder of zinc oxide and also white powder of gadolinium and DY, PR, and CA more. And here you can see this is the flow chart for the preparations of nanoparticles. So this is the step by step we can follow it, and finally we got the nanoparticle or nanostructures. And ground timing of sample is 40 minutes, and we sintered at the furnace. Uh, Timing temperature is for the heating is 600 degree centigrade for the 5 hours. So we can follow this process with flow chart, and we explain the more of these reactions by this graphical presentation. You can see these graphical presentations. We have the first start from this zinc oxide. We mixture both this DY and zinc oxide, and finally it means we can use the solvent is distilled water, and finally we mix up it, and we dry it by the magnetic stirrer, and we after that we ground it. This is the second step, ground it by the Mostel pestle method, and further we sintered in furnace. Okay, and finally we got the result in this box, cubic box, and after the getting this result, we characterize this sample. So you can see this picture. This is the monograph. Okay, this is the same monograph of undoped and doped zinc oxide nano structure. Okay, So now, then we focus on the various characterizations techniques. So here, so for the after the synthesis of the sample, we need the some characteristic structures property, morphological property, optical property, and some photo conductive property, luminescence property. So for that, we use the various characterizations tools. So here, the structures, morphological and optical property of the synthesis undoped and DGD it means R dy doped zinc oxide nanostructures have been characterized by the following techniques. So here we discuss one by one techniques. The first techniques is powder X-ray diffraction method techniques. So this is the very useful techniques which is provide the more informations of the sample. So this techniques is available at the IGN tumor contact in the Department of Chemistry. If anyone need the characterizations of sample, you can contact to the Department of Chemistry, HOD of the chemistry. So now HOD of chemistry department is Professor Tanmay Ghorai. So if you need, you can contact directly and you send the sample and you collect it. Okay. Another techniques is the field emission scanning techniques. That is the FESEM. And this techniques is available in Lucknow, Wilwal Sahani Institute of Polyoscience, Lucknow, and using of it, we studies the morphological of the sample. Another technique is the Fourier infrared spectroscopy, and this is also available at the Department of Physics, Lucknow University, and also it is also available uh, uh, Department of Biotechnology, IGNTU. And one is the very good news for everyone. We have the CIF at the IGNTU. So CIF have the lot of instrument related to the biological, chemical, and physical also. So if anyone need, you can contact to the Dean of Science. Okay. So another technique is photoluminescence. So for the photoluminescence property, we characterize the photo PL spectrum. We it means characterize the PL. Okay. So we done this work at the Manipal University. Okay. And more some more characterization techniques is there, but we focus on this four only. Another techniques is the UV visible and photoconducting spectroscopy. So now this photo conducting spectroscopy uh, um, device is the under process in our department. Okay, so now we focus on the XRD. So why XRD is very important? So after the it means after the synthesis work, another work is very important. That is the characterizations work. Okay. So after the characterizations, we have the data. We got the data and we analyze it. We plot it and we write the result. We write the introductions, etc. And we make the paper. So it means this is the step by step. We follow up this all step and we write the papers. And after the papers, we check the plagiarism and we after the in the plagiarism we send to the journal. So here the XRD is the powerful technique to analyze the phase identifications, structures, characterizations of material. This techniques is able to characterize of the crystal, thin film, powder, and bulk substance. So this technique is the very wonderful. And use of the techniques, we find the lattice constant, interplanar distance, and crystal size, as well as purity of the sample. So you can see using all this formula, we can find the lattice parameter ABC, that is the unit cell parameter, and also interplanar distance D. Using of this formula, after the getting the data of the XRD, further we plot the data by using the origin software 6.1 version, or we can use the another advanced version 8.1, etc. We can using of this version, we plot the XRD data. After plotting the data, we can find the 2 theta as well as sin theta, cos theta, etc. So using this Debye-Seray formula, we can find the uh, particle size. So here D is equal to 0.9 lambda upon beta cos theta. So lambda is the wavelength of the X-ray. This beta is the uh, full width at half maximum of the certain peak, and this 0.96, that is the constant. uh, that is the constant for the cubic crystal, ठीक है ना, R cubic hexagonal crystal. Okay. So this another important thing is that we also find the strain. It means strain of the sample. So using this Williamson Hall plot, that is the WH plot. That is the blood plot, and using this data, we can find the slope uh, of the WH plot, and we put the value on the in this formula, and we find the strain of the sample, and also some more important factor here. So you can see this formula, Willow formula. So this method related with the crystal size and strain. The equations of strain induced bonding is represented as. So you can see this formula. This is the beta cos theta is equal to 4 epsilon sin theta plus k lambda and d, and also another formula is there. Okay, so here epsilon is the strain. So you can see this strain formula is beta s upon 10 theta, right? So it means this all data collected from the XRD, right? And we select the peak from the XRD. So you can see this below peak of the XRD pattern. So we have the lot of peak here 110 22 sorry 002 101 and etc. We have the lot of peak. So it means we take the one high intensity peak, and we have the we take the point of the this high intensity peak, and we get the 2 theta. After getting the 2 theta, we convert it in radian also, and we find the cos theta, sin theta, this, and we can put on in the formula. Okay. So here further the structures study of undoped and doped nanostructures were investigated by this method, and after the characterizations, we have the XRD pattern of the sample in this nature. So you can see by the doping, using the doping of dy dop. So here we use the various bit percent from 0 to 4, 6, and 8 bit percent. So based on this XRD pattern, this XRD pattern related to the hexagonal structure, hexagonal voltized structures. When we compared with the sources, it means we compared with the data which is related to the hexagonal structures. So here the XRD pattern are exhibited the bonding in the peak that indicate the formation of nano size structures, and estimate particle size of prepared sample are found to be range of 20 to 50 nanometer. So here is the when we doping dope the rare earth material on the in the zinc oxide. Then finally in the all sample we have the same nature, nothing is changed. So it means in the all sample we have the same crystal structures of the zinc oxide. Okay. So further, we plot the using the XRD data. We plot the WH plot. So you can see here, first figure for the undoped. Second is the doping. Okay, and also we plot the more, but we show here the only two, 0% and 2% for the some important things. So you can see here in the x-axis we use the sine theta by lambda, and here cos theta by lambda. So this all data is comes from the XRD data using the peak, and we plot the art. It means we plot this data, and we also find the slope. Okay, from this figure, and after that we find the linear regressions of for the undoped zinc oxide and doped zinc oxide also. So this the picture of it means a graph of this WH looks like this nature, and after this plot we find the strain of the sample using of this figure. Okay, so another very important characterization is same, because it is provide the monograph of the sample. For this monograph we can get by the this microscopy. So here the same is the characterization techniques which used for the surface and morphological analysis of the material, and it is basically working on the electron beam, which is generated by the electron gun. So this beam is moving and accelerated with the high voltage. So here we use the some nanomaterial sample, and we put on the platform, and after we following the electron beam by the various steps, by the focusing lens and cathode, anode, adjusting lens, etc. And after the then this high intensity beam is fall on the sample, and after the reflections we have the some result, and then we detect this result on the screen. So it means this techniques is suitable. It means suitable energy range of electron is from 0.2 electron volt to 14 electron volt. Using of these techniques, we can find the most things about the compositions of sample, topology, crystallographical details, morphological, etc. Okay. So now we focus on the working of this same, and what is the uh, resolutions. Okay. Uh, uh, yes, Kumar sir. Hello. Yes, Kumar sir. Hello. Hello.
हेलो। हाँ सर, वॉइस
हाँ,
आ रही है आपकी।
okay, okay. So, okay, no problem. Okay, so you can see this picture. This is the complete process for the same. So you can see on top who is there. Actually, I think who is there? Someone else is representing. Who is this? Hello. Hello.
आशीष सर, जो सर्वेश सर ने शेयर की हुई है आपको स्क्रीन, उसको हटा दीजिए।
कैसे होगा वो? होस्ट है शायद वो।
सर एक मिनट सर, कर रहे हैं सर।
वो डिस्टर्बेंस होगा, फिर वो उसको रिकनेक्ट करने में टाइम लगेगा। तो आई थिंक जो होस्ट इज एबल टू डिस्कनेक्ट और स्टॉप शेयरिंग।
You have to share your screen again, sir. Please, sir.
Okay, okay.
Someone disturbed.
Yes. Otherwise, please again sharing. Okay, I will try.
All participants are requested, please do not share your screen, do not on your mic, do not on your video, so that our speaker will continue without any restrictions.
Okay, okay. Sir, now it is visible to everyone.
Yeah, you are well. Your
Okay.
screen is visible.
Sorry for disturbance. Okay. So you can see this picture. This is the complete process for the same. So on the top we have the source, that is the electron gun, and from this electron gun, emissions of the electron beam, and this is the fall on the, this focused. It means this lens on the first lens, and after this all process, we fall this beam is fall on this sample platform, and later we have the result, and we detect by this electron detector. Okay, so for in this characterization, we got the result with the high resolution power and low magnification power. So you can see this picture. That is the tentative resolution image of specimen. Suppose we have the dimension of sample is like this nature in the third column, right? In form in nature of in size of micrometer or in size of micrometer. So accordingly, we have the magnification power from the 100 to 1 lakh, 1 lakh magnification power. Okay, so here you can see this figure. We this figure showing exhibited the monograph of uh, zinc oxide nanostructures with doping. Doping of dy. So we have the five sample. A sample for the is the pure. Second is 2% doped. C is 4%, etc. So here you can see in this picture, this picture is this figure is provide the more it means some information of this sample. So first you can check here in this in first figure. So here is the one sample in this corner top is it means which is showing the nature of sample. So you this shape of this sample is looks like hexagonal nature. Okay. So another thing is this all sample is so this all figure is showing the monograph of undoped and divide doped nanostructure. And, further, we increase the doping uh, on in zinc oxide. Then we got the various. It means change of the morphological, right? Change of the morphological. So why it is changed? So because we use the doping and we increase the doping percent, so accordingly their particle size as well as their parameters will be changed. So it means all parameter has been changed. So it means morphological of sample is also changed. Okay. So another techniques is photoluminescence spectroscopy. Using of it, we obtain the PL spectra. So you can see this is the picture. It means PL spectra of uh, undoped and D-wide doped zinc oxide. So we have the it means five figure with one. Okay, so here we you can see uh, uh, in figure in this spectra we have the lot of emission. We have a lot of emission peaks. First peak is 391 nanometer. Second is 437 nanometer, and so on. We have the lot of. So why this peak is comes? So photoluminescence is the one optical and photonic phenomenon. And here, when we apply the some energy source, energy on the sample, right? And then electron will be excited and stay sometime in the higher energy level and come down. So during this process, we have the emissions of energy. We have the emissions of energy in the form of the electromagnetic radiations. So which are showing in this figure. So and here we got the some more emissions due to the defect emission, due to the defect and also impurity. So it means when we dope the some materials, so you can see the in the various bed percent, we got the high intensity. It means in the pure, you can see in the this yellow color and this below of yellow color. So it means we compared to below, we have the high intensity due to the doping, due to the high weight percent, due to the high weight percent. So we got the various emissions of the undoped and D-white doped zinc oxide. Okay, so this all phenomena, optical phenomena and photoluminescence phenomena, we can show by the schematic diagram. So you can see this below the schematic diagram. We have the lower energy level, that is the balance band, top band gap, top energy level, it is conduction band. So here photoluminescence having the three steps, basic three steps. Okay, so first step is the emission by the sample, by the material. Okay, and second, when the um, energy beam or photon beam or electron beam incident on the zinc oxide or the sample, then getting the energy from the source, this sample will be excited and reach at the top, right? And here stay some time, and after that, this is the come down in this um, uh, another energy level, that is the meta stable laser, right? So this time or this in this process we have the relaxations of this uh, relaxations, and later this sample is de-excited. So during the de-excited, we have the emissions of energy due to the quantum theory. Due to the quantum theory, so we have the energy emissions of energy from the uh, difference of the energy. Hello, hello, hello. Who is disturbing here? Someone is share the your own PPT, I think. So I think 2 or 3 times is disturbed. Hello, I think time is over. हेलो
नो सर, आप कंप्लीट करिए सर।
नहीं, एक्चुअली कोई स्टूडेंट पार्टिसिपेट है जो अपनी स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहा है।
ऑल पार्टिसिपेंट,
हाँ, वो एक्चुअली क्या प्रॉब्लम,
इसमें आप स्क्रीन शेयर करना बंद कर दें और ऑडियो और अपना वीडियो टोटली म्यूट कर लें।
ओके
न करें प्लीज रिक्वेस्ट।
सर, आप जैसे आप उसे वो कर सकते हैं, डिसेबल कर सकते हैं यदि आप होस्ट हैं तो। हाँ
हाँ सर, कंटिन्यू सर, वो अपन करवा
नहीं,
देंगे।
एक्चुअली वो होगा ना, स्टॉप शेयरिंग होगा तब होगा शायद।
करवा दिए सर, बोल दिए उनको।
ओके सर, अभी स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है?
नहीं, किसी और का दिख रहा है।
नहीं, फिर इसको स्टॉप करना होगा क्योंकि मेरा तो ऑलरेडी मोड में है।
ठीक है, हो गया।
हो गया क्या?
यस सर, तो हो रहा है।
ओके ओके, तो नाउ इट इज विजिबल।
यस सर, इट विल।
Okay.
हाँ सर,
Yes.
कंटिन्यू
Yes.
कंटिन्यू।
So it means this all optical phenomena are photoluminescence phenomena we can show by the schematic diagram. So here we have the various emissions. So the PL intensity of the undoped and D-white doped nanostructures are exhibited various emission peaks, such as UV emissions at the 391 nanometers, and also we have the sample defect related emissions in form of the value emissions for 37 nanometers, and green emissions also, and visible we have the also emission in visible range. So it means based on these emissions we can get the desired parameters for the luminescence parameter are photo detections are photo conducting, etc. It means after the getting this all result, and result is provide the uh, result, this all result is provide the suitability of the sample for the any applications, okay, for the particular applications. Okay, okay. So here another characterizations techniques is FTIR. So using the FTIR, we also we got the IR spectra. So IR spectra were analyzed by the Fourier transform spectroscopy. And you can see in this below picture, we have the lot of several peak in this below at the 537 nanometer, centimeter inverse in form of wave number. So here, this all spectra, it means FTIR result exhibited several absorption band of the zinc oxide and divide dop nanostructures at the room temperature. So here we have the five sample. So accordingly, we have the five figures from pure 2%, 4%, 6%, and 8%. Right. So after the characterizations of all things, it means all analyze parameters, we finalize the suitability of the sample. Okay. So this all characterization is the very important for the research. And after getting this all result, we also have the some tools for enhance our research work. Okay. So first tools is the origin software. So we can use the origin software. Using of it, we plot the figure of the data, and using also we finalize the more things. And another thing is the Trinity software. Trinity software. This is also very important in our research because this is the uh, provide the plagiarism. You know how much plagiarism in your research. So using the Trinity software, we detect the plagiarized, and after getting the plagiarized content, we remove it by using our own research work. And another thing is more good software is Grammarly. Grammarly, uh, when we write the any content of the software of the research work, and this material, this written work is good. Or it means all research work with in a proper form are in the scientific language. So it means we can check the sentence right or wrong. So we can use the Grammarly. We Grammarly, and this Grammarly suitable sentence are suitable. You can all tools. One is origin, second is the Trinity. We enhance our research part, research paper in scientific manner. Okay. So select the nanometer, and we also focus on the zinc oxide nanostructures and their property. And further, we discuss about the various synthesis method like thermal decompositions, hydrothermal process, solid state reaction method, Solzel techniques. Furthermore, we discussed about the various characterizations method like XRD, FTIR, SAME, and UV, PL, okay, photoluminescence spectroscopy. Okay, and after the study of the dy zinc oxide doped nanostructures, so this nanostructures are this sample is the uh, basically this sample is suitable for the various applications in solid state devices like LED, luminescent, and photo detection applications. Okay, so now my lecture is over. If anyone have any query, so you can tell me. Okay, so now thank you to again thank you to the organizing team for organizing this wonderful workshop. Okay.
हाँ सर, राजेश सर।
Hello. Yes, sir.
हाँ राजेश सर, आवाज आ रही है?
हेलो.
हेलो,
हाँ सर, आ रही है, आ रही है.
हाँ राजेश सर, आवाज आ रही? अच्छा सर,
सर आपकी आवाज आ रही है.
कंप्लीट सर।
हाँ, my session is over. Again, I thanks to the organizing team for conducting this wonderful workshop on this research methodology and
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू प्रोफेसर राजेश सर, बहुत बहुत आपका जो ये लेक्चर था निश्चित रूप से हमारी रिसर्च के लिए बहुत ही यूजफुल रहेगा। अब मैं वोट ऑफ थैंक्स के लिए अपने साथी संदीप सर को मैं इनवाइट करता हूँ कि वो आए और वोट ऑफ थैंक्स के लिए स्क्रीन पे हैं। संदीप
Thank you, yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. I am Sandeep Tiwari, and I am here to present vote of thanks on behalf of organizing committee for third day of national level e-workshop. I would like to thanks Professor Lalan Prasad, OSD, Directorate Higher Education, Uttarakhand, Mr. Rajesh Kumar, sir, Indira Gandhi National Open University, Amarkantak, for your interesting and informative lecture. I would like to thank our team, Dr. Ganesh sir, Dr. Deven Sharma sir, Rosni ma'am, and our technical team, Sri Ashish Kumar, Sri Samser, for providing such technical support for today's wonderful session. Now, that's all for today. We will meet again on 5 November 2021 at 12 p.m. IST. Thank you all and wish you a happy Deepavali. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to all.
थैंक यू सर।
Good day. Okay, sir. Sorry for disturbance. Thank you, sir.
नो सर, कोई बात नहीं।
Now I request
I
all
am at my
participants
home.
please leave the meeting. And feedback form will be available on various group of our workshop. So please leave meet. Thank you.
Happy Diwali to all.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
हैप्पी दिवाली। अपन 5 नवंबर को मिलते हैं। अब हम लीव कर सकते हैं और फीडबैक आपके ग्रुप और यूट्यूब लाइव चैनल में प्रोवाइड करा दिया गया है। आप लोग फीडबैक सबमिट कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू।